It is an absolutely spectacular day here in downtown Summit, and perfect for me to introduce you to some of our newest members in our downtown family. I'm Emi Havas, and this is Meet the Merchants. We have had a huge group of people opening shops in downtown Summit, and I'm so excited to introduce you to two of them today. We're going to talk to Pam and her associates, her co-owners over at Lavender and Sage, a shop that used to be in New Providence and chose to move here. But first, we're going to walk over to Kanibal and meet Kristen, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her shop and her vision for what she's doing. So let's take a walk. Here we are at Kanibal with the owner, Kristen. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Great. I'm so excited to tell everybody about your store. It is phenomenal. Some of you might remember this store. It used to be the Jeanette shop, owned by Janie Racklin and her mom for years, and her mom was in business here for, I'm going to say, over 100 years. So this shop really comes with a wonderful backstory. Why don't you tell me how that affected your wanting to be in this space?
Oh, absolutely. I think the storied history of this being a woman-owned business for so long, and especially Janie and her mom especially, running a business in a town when women didn't often have small businesses was really impactful for me. Not only is this space gorgeous and the historic vibes, you can just feel how warm and comfortable it makes when you walk in the door, but being able to then, pay our rent to another female business owner feels really nice and was very important when we were looking for our second location.
Well, it's terrific. It has the most magnificent tin ceilings, which are incredible. I know they're original to the building. I know that from Janie. And the condition that they're in is really incredible. They don't usually last that long. And the wood floor, as you said, is very warm and inviting. And the little surprise around the corner is the original cash register that Janie told me had been here since day one. In fact, when she was moving out, she was very concerned because she didn't know what to do with it. It had such memories for her, and it's such a beautiful antique. So I am thrilled that you were able to find a nook for that, and it really is special.
Yeah, it's actually one of the things we love to talk about, to actually encourage our customers to explore the space. There's so much more than just this front area. We've got this great hallway, we've got a back section. You know, it felt really interesting, like you were going to be able to do a treasure hunt. And the real treasure at the end of the hunt is at the end of our little stationary area. When you turn to the left is this beautiful antique cash register. And Janie had said, is this something you would like us to remove? And I said, absolutely not. I think it's the cherry on top of what makes this space feel special.
Definitely. Well, thanks. You've been a wonderful addition to the downtown. You have a store in Jersey City.
That's correct. We've actually been there for just over 15 years.
And you started online, I read?
Yeah, we started online. Actually, we started in furniture. So I would take apart the arms and backs of chairs, and that's kind of where our name comes from, because it kind of looked like a boneyard for a while in my apartment, my very small apartment in Jersey City when I first started out. And I was mostly in home and decor.
Very clever idea.
Thank you.
And it just morphed into this.
Yeah, and after 15 years, I've always felt that what I do very well is reacting to what the customers want from us. And we saw a real need in Jersey City for gift shops and kind of a return to that general store feeling where you can go into your local store and kind of pick up a little bit of everything. And then when we were thinking about opening up a second store, we were thinking about where our customers moved to and also the needs of different communities. And we fell in love with Summit, and we have just been so happy that we are here.
Yeah, it is the best. It's a wonderful group of people, very supportive of their downtown. So it's a great place for you to have expanded to, if you will. Now, you have an interesting focus here on locally made crafts and items. And I want you to tell me about those wonderful soaps you have over there.
Absolutely. So what we've always done from day one in the shop was be able to support our local community. So not just be a store that people come to, but also be able to give back to our local artists and artisans. And so we carry a lot of local made products, as well, especially women-owned businesses. We've got soaps from Insight Soap Company, and they're actually out of Westfield, New Jersey.
Boy, that's close. That's local.
Yes.
Definitely.
For sure.
Now tell me about some of the other things, because I look around, I see a lot of things with Summit on it. I see some fabulous clothing. Just give me an overview of what you're selling here, if you will.
Yeah, we've got a lot of local pride. So when we opened up in Summit, just like we do in Jersey City, we knew that we had to do a private label collection of apparel, home, and gift where people could really celebrate where they love to live. And so we work with all local designers and artists, and most of our apparel is actually printed in New Jersey as well. And so again, all that money goes back to the local community, and then we sell stuff that feels a little bit different, a little bit more like a celebration of where people come from, or where they're moving to, or where they want to be. And it's actually one of our biggest category of goods in both Jersey City and Summit.
Interesting.
Yeah, really, really fun.
Yeah. So you have clothing. You also have some fabulous artwork back there that I noticed. Tell me about that artist, because she sounds like a very interesting person, and what else she does for you.
Yeah, Chelsea is an artist that we started working with as soon as we moved to Summit, and she does a seasonal wall for us where she does one-of-a-kind watercolors, and then she also teaches our workshops upstairs in our craft space, and so she does about once a month she'll do a class for us.
Now that's an interesting part of your business that doesn't go on too often, are your classes, and you have them about once a month?
We actually have them, I would say, depending upon the season, once every other week, usually on Sundays. And then something that I'm also very proud of that we've been doing since day one is 100% of the proceeds of all of those classes goes back to the local artists who teach them.
That's great. That's great. What are some of the other classes?
Sure, we've done a range of things. We've done the watercolors with Chelsea. We've done ceramic trinket dishes. We've done bracelet making. For the holidays, we actually have a custom stationery workshop coming up. And we do a bunch of different things along those lines.
And how do you find these people?
A lot of times it's within our community, and people will refer other people, or artists will actually come to us and send us an email and say, this is something that I really love and I'm teaching. One of our staff members actually teaches classes upstairs, and she does yoga, and her name is Jenny Hoffman, so a lot of people know her around town as well.
So you do physical stuff as well as services, so to speak, as well as products. So that makes me think, and as I look around here, I can confirm it, that everything is rather unique and different. You're not going to walk into every store and see what you see here. So do you attend trade shows, or is it more your local buying with people that you find?
You know what, we're really a range. So we go big and then to small. So we always want to know what people are looking for on a national scale. So we do go to some of the trade shows. We do a lot of research as well online. And then we also try to look at our local community and see where we can pull from, what kind of different artists are working right here in this county.
Yeah. There's a lot of local talent around, and I think it's great that you're able to showcase it, because so very often we don't see it. You know, we may see it at craft fairs and things like that, but to know that you can come back someplace if you find something you like or a favorite artist, you can come here and do it. Speaking about interesting, I was reading your bio on your website of some of your previous occupations. Why don't you give me a rundown, because you're a very interesting person.
Sure. I guess right before I opened up the store, I was actually working in public relations, and so some of my clients were like Twinkies, so I would actually have to walk a mascot around New York City for a lot of different events, which was really fun.
Yeah.
I also worked with law firms and other things like that, but that was a fun one. And then previous to that, I've done everything from, working at ice cream shops at the Jersey Shore, scooping ice cream in the summer, and I was actually a mortician's assistant for Rodwood Johnson when I was in college at Rutgers. So I am very much through and through a Jersey girl, and I really do
Definitely
love where I live, and I think that comes across in both of our stores.
Great. That's great. So what else? Oh, you were telling me about some candles that you have, and they do some special things for you?
Yeah, actually, Melissa is very similar to Chelsea in the fact that she hand makes all of our soy candles for us under the brand The Lucky Honeybee. She's out of Jersey City, New Jersey, but she also teaches workshops. So you can find her teaching candle making classes or bath salt making classes at both shops, as well as selling her candles in both stores. And she's definitely one of our best sellers, and she has been for over 15 years, and we're really happy to be able to bring her to Summit as well.
Yeah, isn't that nice that you've worked with people for such a long time? Is this everything you thought it would be when you decided to open your own business?
You know what's really funny, and I'm sure that you can relate to me in this, when I left the corporate world and I decided to kind of like do something for myself in small business, I knew that I would be selling goods and I would be providing a service in one way, but what I wasn't anticipating was the human connection. And I feel really, really lucky to have been able to experience so many important milestones in my customers' lives, from them finding the love of their lives to having a family to now moving different places. And one of the reasons we did pick Summit was because a large amount of our customers have actually grown from Jersey City and moved out to this way, and so now we are reconnecting with all of those customers again.
Isn't that nice? Yeah.
It feels so great to see these people walk through our doors and just be able to learn the next part of their story. And so small business to me is, again, so much part of the community, but it is also so much of connecting with those customers.
I agree with you. I think that is a really big part of the business, and we've known people who we've done birth announcements for their kids, and now we're doing wedding invitations, and then we're doing birth announcements for those kids, and they don't necessarily live in Summit anymore, but they come back, so you feel that that interest for them to keep in touch, and their comfort with working with you, which I'm sure you're feeling too. So I agree with you completely. To me, that's one of the best things of the business, is getting to know the people in the community, as well as bringing community things to the community, so to speak.
And the kindness of the community. I mean, at the end of the day, we both wouldn't be here for as long as we have been without the kindness and the support and the thoughtfulness of people choosing to walk in our doors and shop with us. And I can't even talk about, at the end of the day when I'm going to bed and we've had a really nice day, I'm not thinking about the sales. I'm thinking about that human choice that people make to shop with us.
Absolutely. I agree with you completely. I think you've nailed it. I think that's what it's all about in owning your own business. There are a lot of rewards, but that human connection is a big one. So you have a website. Tell me what it is.
Sure. It's shopkanibal.com. So shopkanibal.com, and we feature a lot of our core products that we have in the store, but we also have a rotating range of goods that are always going to be new every single day in both stores. And then also on our website is our events page, where you can learn all about our craft classes, workshops, and different events we hold in both stores.
And you're on Instagram.
I am, and we are very active on Instagram as well. So we always highlight new products that are coming in, as well as kind of showcase some of our favorite staff picks.
And give me your address here on
Sure.
Maple Street.
I'm on 27 Maple Street in downtown Summit, and again, we just love being here.
Well, I love chatting with you today and learning about everything you do and your little mindset up here. So thank you very much, Kristen. It was really great talking with you. And good luck in the future years here.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, here we are in front of My Love Story. We have talked to Eileen many, many times over the years on Meet the Merchants. But you know what? She has completely redone herself in here. It's a whole different vibe and a whole different look. So why don't we stop in here before we go to Lavender and Sage and say hello and ask her to give us a look around. Well, we're back visiting a very dear friend of mine, Eileen. And this was, at one time, the Beauty Lounge. But now it is My Love Story. She's done a whole recreation here that's absolutely spectacular. You have to stop in and see it. You did such a wonderful job.
Thank you so much.
This just is so bright and entertaining, and then all this beautiful jewelry, all your antique and your others jewelry in the other room. What happened? What did you decide?
Yeah, I've been here for 18 years now, and I just
Can't believe it.
Me neither.
Yeah.
And I just felt like the shop had evolved so much from when I opened. It had changed a little bit, and I felt like maybe the name Beauty Lounge wasn't appropriate for it anymore. And I had been thinking for a while that I wanted to do something else and add a little something. I needed a little change. And so I came up with my love story, because that's what it is for us,
Yes,
right?
absolutely right.
Yeah. We changed a little bit of the colors in here, and we added this gallery wall, which I love.
This is fabulous.
Thank you.
When you come in and you see that black and white, it's just stunning. You have to stop and look. It really stops you in your
And
tracks.
It gives me joy too to be here every day in it.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
So we did that, and we added a few things. We added like a lot of antique and vintage jewelry in addition to the new jewelry that we have, and we added ear piercing.
Is that back in vogue now?
So much. It's been the best thing that we do here now. I love having it, and I love doing it. I have a piercer that comes in from New York on Fridays, and people are getting adorned with multiple holes in their ears and lots of ear jewelry.
Really.
So beautiful and so much fun. Yeah.
I bet it is.
Yeah.
I bet, especially if you like jewelry, to be involved in that, picking it out, selling it, all of that.
Yes.
Yeah. So, is it all ages that are doing
Yeah,
piercing?
all ages, literally all ages. We don't really go lower than 6 years old. We pierce by hand with a needle because it's just more accurate and sterile. So we do that. So we don't usually go lower than 6. They have to be ready. And we've gone as high. We've done an 80-year-old woman's third piercing not that long ago. So everybody, all ages. Yeah, we have a lot of ear piercing jewelry to choose from. There's a big selection.
Yeah, so that makes it fun. Yeah. But now it's wonderful to know that there's a place that you can go to. Do you have to make an appointment?
You do have to make an appointment. We do them on Fridays by appointment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
You could reach out to me by calling the shop or DMing me on Instagram.
Okay.
Which is mylovestory.nj.
Okay, perfect.
And yeah.
Perfect. So tell me about your antique jewelry here.
Yeah, so
Where do you get it?
Yes,
How do you get it?
Yeah, so it's all over the place, sometimes just in my travels or estate sales and things like that. I also work with a collector, somebody that is a collector who travels all over the world, is actually in London right now, buying jewelry, and then I sort through their collection. And we just try to get really unique, interesting, beautiful pieces.
Yeah,
they're
they are beautiful, really, very, very much one of a kind type thing. And it's so interesting that jewelry is as current and pertinent now as it was when it was first made or first worn.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
a lot of it's even Victorian. It's old.
Yes.
That's what makes it so special.
Terrific.
Yeah.
And then tell me about your artists, your jewelry that you carry here.
Yeah, so I work with about 5 different other jewelry designers that I carry all the time. And also, what I love is that they come here for events. They're
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they're local
Good.
enough that they're able to come to me, and we set up all of their jewelry, and you can meet the artist. So that is also one of our favorite things that we do. Yeah, it's really
terrific.
great.
Well, it brings people in the store and they get to know you and what you have.
Yeah.
Tell me about the artwork.
Yeah, the artwork is all original paintings or sketches, all in vintage frames. So
Do you do the framing or do they come to you that way?
so we're not switching frames. They are how they are.
Okay, good.
But the fact that they are in vintage frames also keeps the price, I think, relatively affordable for art, because if anyone's tried to frame anything lately,
ridiculous.
it's really high now to frame art. So putting them in vintage frames kind of keeps the price more affordable. So you can do a whole gallery wall reasonably, and all with original art.
Yes, and they're very interesting frames too. And I think the age of them adds to the artwork.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see something very modern in what looks like a gallery frame that maybe an oil painting portrait would be in, it just adds so much pizzazz to it. Would you say? Yeah, it's well done.
Try to show it so that you see that you can mix all the frames and different textures. It kind of doesn't matter. Some people are kind of hung up on keeping all the frames the same.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Much
much
more
more charming when they're not.
Yeah. Well, Eileen, it is wonderful to talk to you again. I'm so glad, to be able to stop in and take a look at your new surroundings and everything. And, you're charging forward, going with the flow. And I think that's terrific. I love it. And thanks for being here for so long, too. Really is nice to have you around the corner. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thanks to
true.
our downtown, really, 100%. I feel
Yeah.
very grateful to be here.
Here we are at Lavender and Sage on Springfield Avenue with Patty and Pam, two of the four owners of this lovely, lovely, very unique, different shop. How do the four of you do this all together?
We have been friends for years and years and years. And about 3 years ago now, one of the four of us said, let's start a business. And we've been volunteering, we have been giving back to the community, and we got together and decided that we wanted to start a store that offered the perfect gift for every occasion, but they gave back in a bigger way. So all of our gifts support women and families in some way, and we can specifically tell you the different stories for each item in the store. But it just happened.
It's just a love of gifting and a love of shopping and a love of giving back that came together into Lavender and Sage.
You must be very good friends, because I think that would be hard.
We are
to be
now. We are now. We are
Yeah,
now.
okay.
But we've known each other all for decades
Yes.
in different ways.
And our kids have known each other. And we are the best of friends, but it was tough
In the
at
beginning.
the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Four women
Yeah. Oh,
working
yeah.
together.
That's what I mean.
Needed women.
That's what I mean.
Love strong women.
And we have really just bonded, and
Yeah.
it just
I know.
works.
And now
it just
you're
works.
right.
For a common cause.
For a common
and a very
cause.
good common cause.
Yeah. Yes,
Now, you
absolutely.
started out in New Providence, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did.
And then what prompted you to come here?
So we started in New Providence. We were offered an opportunity to start a store for 6 weeks. So we take every opportunity. If someone wants to help us out, we're happy to help other people, and we're happy to take the help. So we got a pop-up for 6 weeks. We loved it. So then we stayed
For a year and a half.
A year and a half.
Oh, wow.
And then the owner wanted to renovate the building. So
Yeah, I did notice it's been renovated. Yes.
looks great, but we had to find a new location. And we were in here one day, and we were talking with Annette Dwyer, who was also looking for a new opportunity for this space. So we truly believe that sometimes things just happen for a reason. Sure do. And Annette and
Absolutely.
I had a conversation, and now we're here.
Well, and it feels like the right place for us. We are a women-owned business helping women artisans and women business owners, and we are in a building full of women-run businesses. So there's the Coco upstairs, we have Marigolds down the aisle, and those are women-run businesses too. And so it just feels like exactly where we're supposed to be.
It's interesting. I think we have always, I've been in Summit for a long time, we have always had women-run businesses, mother and daughter-run businesses. We had quite a few of them. We had 4 or 5 of them at one time, which was always a great thing. I started my shop with my mother. So, and today I spoke to Eileen at My Love Story, woman-run business, very much into supporting women and with her products, as is Kanibal with Kristen.
Yes.
So this is kind of the running theme I've run into today is women-run businesses working for women, supporting them, helping them. And I think it's wonderful. Wonderful.
And Summit is such a great downtown business community. I mean, you have the Summit Downtown organization that supports us in so many ways.
They do.
But the businesses themselves, we all
Yes.
support each other. So
Yes.
we know Eileen.
We
know
just talked to Kristen about doing a joint
Yes,
event
she told me,
together.
yes.
Yeah, we're very
Donna
excited.
at Sweet Nothings.
Sure.
Like the women all stick together. I feel like this is a destination for shopping, and there's enough for all of us. So we all support each other.
I agree. Tell me a couple of stories. You said to me everything in here has a story. Tell me some stories.
Well, so our latest arrival is jewelry from a woman by the name of Frida Rothman.
Beautiful.
She is a second
Beautiful.
generation jeweler. So she designs all of the jewelry herself. She is Brooklyn born and bred. Her dad was a jeweler, and her parents are Holocaust survivors.
Wow.
And so she is inspired by passing along strength and finding the perfect gift, and she designs everything herself. She's a mother of 5, so
Wow.
I know, and runs.
Do that.
runs her own business and designs all of it too. And she likes her products to reflect a little bit of the grittiness of Brooklyn in the finest way. So,
Oh yeah, they're beautiful. These bracelets are
absolutely gorgeous. They're
spectacular.
meant for stacking. We have rings, we have necklaces too, but the bracelets.
All of our products give back to like different organizations.
And that's important from what you were telling me, what
Very
you do
important.
here.
Yeah, and another one, Bright Endeavors. So this is our heirloom tomato candle. It's our best seller. You kind of have to smell it because when we say tomato candle,
yeah.
I know, isn't it?
Sounds weird, right?
Sounds very weird, but it's
fantastic.
delicious. Yeah.
But so this is
Soy?
soy. All of our candles, all of our products are soy-based, coconut-based,
Natural as it can be.
100% natural. So Bright Endeavors supports young women who are trying to gain housing stability, upward mobility, and they employ the women and they put them in almost like a management training program where they learn every aspect of the business, and they help them propel themselves into the career that they were destined to be. So maybe they were having a hard time getting started, but they wanted to be a teacher. The company employs them, helps them get on their feet, and then they eventually end up in the teaching profession or the medical profession or owning their own business. So this company we really, really love. And we've met just shopping around Summit. A number of their executives have come into the store, and they are so happy when they see the candle, and they talk specifically about the women who they work with on a daily basis. So that's another one of our favorites.
I feel like
That really smells good.
I know. It's the best
A
candle.
little surprised. You
Yes.
know, if I just saw it on the shelf, I'm not sure that I would have
No.
been attracted to it. But the minute you smell it,
It's gorgeous.
delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We might talk about Mia Peru. So one
Yeah,
of the first,
I'll grab one.
a sweater. So one of the first artisans that we met is this gentleman
Isn't this
from
cute?
Peru. These are handmade, and these are mothers. Mia Peru stands for Mothers in Action, and they're based in Peru. And so he is actually working with mothers, teaching them a skill and a trade. They're all earning a living, and they are doing their work at home so they can raise their families, but also have a consistent income so that they can provide education, health care, and take care of their families in the home. He started with 12 moms, and they are up to over 250 all over Peru.
Holy mackerel.
I know. And the sweaters are beautiful.
They're darling. It's darling. Is this like a wardrobe basic or what? Throw it on with jeans, pair of black slacks, silk shirt for evening.
Exactly.
It's a fabulous piece.
And
yeah.
we feel like these are gifts that you also just feel really good about.
Oh,
That
yeah.
They,
And
the
yummy.
tags themselves have the name of the woman who did the knitting.
Oh,
so.
I always like that. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, they're beautiful. Just beautiful.
And
We
always
can
like
edit
to
here.
have, like a quick little gift that you can pick up. They come in a rainbow of colors, and these are fair trade products. So the women who are making and packaging these are paid a fair wage. They work regular hours. They work in really great conditions. So this is one of our staples. We always have these summer, fall scarves. You can double them up as a scarf. You can expand them and wear them as a shawl. Especially in the summer when the restaurants are so
Yes,
cold.
yes.
So.
Or you're eating outside and it gets chilly.
And it gets chilly. So another one of our favorites.
Terrific. Well, the selection is unbelievable. I mean, you have bags, you have jewelry, you have clothes, you have candles, you have all kinds of goodies.
These are just the happiest little toys. And I know
Darling.
it's just a silly little thing.
I know, darling.
But there's sometimes where you just need a smile.
Sure.
And we have a whole bunch of them.
Put them on the desk.
Exactly.
Cute little
Great
gift.
little gift.
Friend who
So-
needs to pick me up.
Yes. So I imagine, your prices go from top to bottom. So if somebody wants just, yes, and it should be because, that's what you want to do. You want to give people an opportunity, give a nice gift. Do you gift wrap?
Absolutely. And we
Okay.
ship.
Oh, perfect.
So if
perfect.
you come in, find a gift, we'll wrap it for you and ship it to where it needs to go as well.
Perfect. Perfect.
And we're really very proud of our team. So there's 8 of us now. So the 4 of us started, and now there's 8. Lori but all of our team members, they know every story. They love every story. They're here to help because sometimes it's hard to find a gift, and our team can help you find the perfect gift for every occasion, even like the really difficult ones. We're here to help.
So, were you both moms before you started this, or were there other things in your backstory that you want to share?
So we came together as 4 friends and didn't choose each other for our skill sets. It turns out our skill sets are all quite varied. I'm a Wall Street background. We have a lawyer background. We have an accountant.
I was retail.
Okay.
So we complement each other quite.
Absolutely.
So we talk about how we have the power of 4, which is kind of a joke across of us. But anything that comes in the store has already been pre-shopped by 4 women. And it can't make it into the store unless at least 3 of us like it.
And very different. Like the 4 of us are very, we laugh because Pam and I are probably the most similar in our dressing styles. We wear a lot of black and white. But Annette and Laura have very different styles. So it is true. If 4 of us like something, odds are the majority of our customers are also going to like it.
I feel like our curation is special.
Yes.
It's a good panel to put everything through, a litmus test, if you will. Yeah, terrific. Are you on Instagram?
Absolutely. Lavender and Sage Boutique on Instagram and on Facebook.
And your address here on Springfield Avenue?
426 Springfield Avenue. We're in the Mondo building.
Yeah. The Mondo building is a great building. You really, first of all, you should stop back at Marigold's and get the cookies, right, ladies?
Yes.
You smell and baking. But it's a really interesting experience. And I think you bring a lot to this end of town, really. It's just a neat place. I'm always looking at your window when I'm going by to see what's new and exciting.
We love your shop as well.
Oh, thank you.
And we are longtime shoppers in Summit, so we also do lots of shopping downtown.
Yeah. And I think that's what's wonderful. We all support each other through business, but also by shopping and just becoming friends.
Absolutely. We're thrilled to be in downtown Summit.
Good.
We're thrilled to be in this space.
Good. Well, we're glad to have you. And thank you very much for giving me some time this afternoon.
Thank you so much.
I know you guys are busy.
Thank you so much
but
for
I'm
stopping by.
I'm so glad I was able to get to, chat with you for a few minutes. I just met you a couple weeks ago up at the Elks, but it was nice to be able to hear more about your business when the room wasn't so loud. It was a little hard to think that night. Yeah. So, well, thank you again, ladies, and all the best to you.
Thank you so much.
Just before we leave today, I want to remind you to check the summitdowntown.org webpage to catch up on all the events and special doings here in town over the course of the year. There are a lot of interesting things to bring you downtown so you can dine or shop or just enjoy our beautiful streetscape. So thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you will visit the different shops that we visited today and say hello to the owners. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon.